All right, and we're back. So, we have learned that pausing this may or may not make things better. Old trick. Doesn't always get done. So, make it a habit. Pause. Let's go. So, I've changed the offer from $200 of tips equals drink a bottle of wine online to make my app open source right now. So after the stream, obviously doesn't count. If you want to tip me $200 after the stream, that's cool. And we are just talking about open source data, basically. So homeless data project, I figure out what data is good for me, make the schemas open source, the empty spreadsheets basically, and then yeah, maybe we can get some kind of merging, system together. It could just be once a month, email me your data, email some trusted custodian your data, they do their processing, put it together, get the trends. And then we have scientifically meaningful, 32 plus people with no confounding. We can figure out variables like calories in food, and then go into its nutrition, do our meal Taco Bell bean burrito, fresco style, add rice, which is 390 calories. Which view are we on? Screen. So here. And so as far as macronutrients go, yeah, it's a lot of sodium, but also I think that says 8%. So half your daily sodium in one burrito, and I'm eating how many? 4 or 5? You're going to have a heart attack, son. So that's a lot of sodium. Keep that in mind. Protein 12 per. So I'm eating 2 or 3. I mean, that's 24 grams of protein to 36 grams of protein. That's a chicken breast. Am I wrong? But yeah, I mean, a lot of sodium, but then again, a lot of chicken products have a ton of sodium. So check your labels before you start saying anything, please. Call yourself out, find something better. It's a process, believe me. So iron, that can be a thing. So 5 of them is your day's iron, but if that's all I'm really eating in a day, and I mean, it's not usually 5, it's usually 3, usually not less than 3, usually exactly 3, I would say. But we've got the data, right? So am I deluding myself, wanting to remember what I want to remember, or can we use our new column, calories, on our receipts spreadsheet and figure it out, right? So let me just go there real quick. Go to whatever's from today, where the Taco Bell is 390 calories, and we get to do the awesome thing of making it bold, revolutionary, to match its sibling columns. How do we do that? Control B. Oh yeah, so there was something other than insertion sort that the person said. uh, it was good that they said insertion sort. From I think the first of this four so far streams. So then we would open that receipt, look at the price, figure out how many were in there, in other words, and also record the price, I would say. So that one was that's one thing with having not a huge screen, which I do have a bigger screen right now, actually, 2 monitors. That is 7424. And not everyone knows how to do this, by the way. So some people are learning things. That's supposed to be target. So I already made a mistake. 7423. Womp womp. Someone needs to clip that. Womp womp. That's it was just said weird. So 7423 looks like a Taco Bell. Ooh, but I don't want to share the screen because, one sec. So this is 3 bean burritos. Subtotal 1346. So 1,200 calories for 1346. So not 1,200, but 390 times 3. And if you actually want to remember your thinking, you can do equals 390 times 3. 1170. And if you want to derive some data, you can do cost per calorie. Not doing it plural is so weird. Cost per calorie. And then sometimes people will do like underscore D for derived. And that means calories would be calories D as well. So then that equals D702. I got that from D, which is not correct. B, checking our work. And I know you're saying it. I know you're saying it. What are you talking about? I know. I get it. I get it. Calories is I 702. Be patient. Be patient. That looks like what I want, so I accept it. Divide by 0. That's fine for now. Because I did it on the wrong line, too. That we don't know. Delete all. That is 1346, was it? Like I'm talking to my imaginary co-pilot. That's all. Then we'll cut that, paste that. And it did not smartly change the row number. So 86.92. 86 cents per calorie? No. It's like 8.6 cents per calorie. So usually 10 cents per calorie is my, like, that's pretty good guideline. So that's where my $20 per day number comes from. So what's with the units? 86.92, what? It's I over B, so calories per dollar. Oh yeah, that makes sense. So we could invert it. So it's 86.92 calories per dollar. That's actually a pretty good way of looking at it too. Calories per dollar versus cost per calorie. Calories per dollar, cost per calorie. CPC, CPD. No, DPC. TLAs. I'll go to chat. I think I said I'd go to chat and then I didn't. Sorry. Welcome back, part 4. Oops. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Having fun with... See, look. When's the last time you were happy? Asked somebody. Come on. Like, if we stop and think about it, of course we're not happy at that moment. But one can find joy in very simple things. Like the fact that this is so routine now versus, like we said, like 1 or 2 of these streams ago. 1 or 2 chapters ago. 1 or 2... because they're not necessarily different chapters. But it's like a video game that has multiple... 1 or 2 discs ago. There we go. 45 minutes per disc, something like that. Lost my train of thought. So, anyway. Yeah, happy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. See, like, when I talk about wanting to do IT stuff for work and stuff, I mean, yeah, it's not all joyful. But I can find joy in the little things, doing pretty much whatever. I mean, even the kitchen, if I was in a shop, when I did moving jobs, when I did, like, even dishwashing in different places, like huge catered events, like stadiums. Setting up indoor volleyball courts, setting up outdoor tennis field tents, you know, working in like world like global scale places where they have multinational, that's what I'm trying to say. Working in multinational places. Like whatever. There can be joy found every single moment. If you let there be every single moment. If you want there to be, if you want to put your attention there. But anyway, chat, what's up? Let's go over there for a second. Eating dinner now. So it's kind of an honor because it means like you feel like you're in good company. So, cool. I'm like, in a way it's like, oh, well, what are you eating is the next natural question. But then I'm like moving on to my So is it crossing into obsession? You know, like, are we making the stream? What are people eating right now? Oh, okay. So how many calories are in your meal? And if you want to share details about what you're eating, that'd be cool too. But yeah, calories per dollar. It just kind of, dollar stings less than cost. So it sounds like good. Calories per dollar. We should have known that before we typed in the formula, but it was a happy mistake. Which I actually mocked myself about. So if we actually did B over I, that would be cost, yeah, cost per calorie. Like, you just speak it out, cost per calorie. So I needlessly mocked myself. Does that mean I'm a liar, or does that mean I'm mistaken? Right, so that's cost per calorie. So that's 1 cent per calorie. Does that check out? 11.70? Kinda, yeah, 1.15 cents per calorie. 1.16, round up. When do you round up versus when do you round down? Like, it's not arbitrary. You round up when, if you send a bill, I think you would round down, because then if they want to argue, they're getting a better deal than what they expected. And when you pay, you round up. Because then if they try to argue, you say, well, I paid more. And when you buy stuff, you should be getting more value than you're paying in dollars anyway. So how much more value? Is it that half a cent, that quarter of a cent? Right? Yes, I realize that scales of like millions and millions and millions, it could add up. But that's why you use the right type of data structure to carry the decimals through all the way to the end. And then however many units, whatever, it's always rounded to your infinite precision. You don't use floating points for money ever from a computer science perspective, too, because they're imperfect. They're okay for like statistics and stuff like that, but not money. So yeah, then you round that half a cent at the very end. Right? So it's as fair as possible all the way through. Kyle says, are you in an office now? Yeah, I'm in a co-working space. It's like a shared office space where I pay a monthly $180. And I was originally calling it $200 because I figured I would book time in the phone booth. But I just don't even want to do these live streams in the phone booth. I just generally don't want any attention about doing live streams. For my own reasons. I just don't want, like, as people get to know me, I can get more casual, maybe like at some time. But yeah. Like, it's a small town. It's very, it's again like the boiled frog thing in a way. And just back to Incisive says, yo, what's up? How you doing? I think maybe you've been by before. Welcome back if so. What's up? We're just doing some data stuff. So we started off by taking pictures of all my receipts, just going through the whole process. Ended up stapling them into a few bunches, talking about time that goes into it. It doesn't matter if I do them like weekly or monthly. It's just like, or less. It just depends, because it's like linear time. I do 1,000, it takes 1,000 minutes total. There's different processing steps. Take a picture, copy pictures, using the normal phone import process. Go to my spreadsheet, tag, and then go to the folder with all the imported stuff. It should look, I should be able to identify all the receipts, copy all those, paste them in. I can quickly identify some vendors like Target and Taco Bell, so I can add those. We added the calories column, and we added the calories per dollar column. We did some wordsmithing and went from cost per calorie to calories per dollar. So many different hats. Talking about homeless data project. This would be one of the spreadsheets that I share. And then we can get scientifically, statistically meaningful amounts of data. If like 30 people share their data, then we can make general trends. We can isolate variables over time. Open source science, baby. Trust the science. Now, whoever's curating the data would have to like trust that all the data that's coming in is authentic too. So we could get people to mail us the receipts. Could they buy people's receipts and fake it out? Yeah, so there's deep vetting, you know what I mean? It's scary once we start talking about vetting, but let me regularly drink water so that I don't like start overheating, talking too much, regularly checking chat, get in those habits. This is a new experience in some ways. This might be one of the longer streams we've ever done. The longest might have been Homeless War Room overnight. Kyle says, yeah, it's a good deal. I think talking about 180 for the office space. Incise says, long-time viewer, first time catching a live. Sweet. Thank you. Welcome. Kyle Zane says, interesting process. Drinking water is hella important, y'all. Nobody's too manly to drink water, man. Drink it. I came to this place because of a map. Well, just generally looking at maps, following where the good water is going to be, straight up. Because when I buy property, I want to have good water on it. This is from a few hours north. I've now been to this place. I haven't been to where it's bottled, but I've been to the city where this water comes out of the ground. It is as far away as San Francisco, so the business case of going there has to be as good. What business can I do up by Mount Shasta, which is so beautiful? It was still completely snowed out. It was like probably 40 degrees overnight the night I stayed. I need to like put my thought processes on that more, because it was an in and out trip. I just wanted to get a physical lay of the land, you know? So that trip was worth 40 or 50 bucks in gas to me, the 6 hours of driving to me. I took a lot of voice memos on the way too, so you know. I like this because it's not a cell phone, you know? Like a cop, I think I'm likely to get stopped at some point for using this, and they say don't use your cell phone. This may be illegal to use, but it's so simple. Lock, unlock, record, stop. You know, in the old days you could type with your hand and drive. I think you should be allowed to use, if you could pass a test for T9 typing, you should be able to T9 and drive, for sure. For sure. and then have it read out loud to you. You know, press a button to read it. Some people would say this is like bonkers and stupid, but oh, so good. Just driving and back in the day, man, oh my God. Just driving and texting. Let's go. Long flashback, but it's for UX purposes. Like, right? I have a product called Carputer, right? Strap this thing onto the steering wheel. Let's go. You know, 3D print a device like this. Put it on the steering wheel. Right? Even just, there's GPIO on the Raspberry Pi. So it could actually go onto the steering wheel still. Just not like on the part that turns, you know? Like a audio controller, you can buy little audio controllers. Carputer is sweet. I need early customers for a Carputer. Let me go to the product page. Let's see. I'll use this profile. I'm trying not to leak data. Gumroad.com. So yeah, Carputer, I don't have it right now. I'd have to run and get it. But it is in large part software too. And so when I work on the laptop, it's the same OS as Carputer has. Although I'm looking at a new OS for Carputer, which is so sweet and perfect for the platform. And we could get back into my append-only storage kind of stuff. Similar principles. Oh, look at this, baby. Ah, I love the orchards, especially this time of day. Just traveling through. And Carputer. So it's Velcroed down. In the ideal case, right now it is not attached. It was electrical taped for a long time. That left some residue, as I knew it would. I got to find a gentle enough cleaner for it. But yeah, the Carputer. And then back to chat. So yeah, drinking water is like the most important thing. Where are we in the stream? We might have to do another break. 28 minutes. This thing's reporting problems after a half an hour. So yeah, once we have Carputer, like we could easily hook up this sort of thing to it. And also, I have a drawing I can give to my Patreons. Thank you, Kyle Zane, for joining, and your patience, and anybody else. Yes, I'll share this drawing exclusive for Patreons. It is related to this and the Carputer in a way. I have a different application in mind, but it is related to the voice recorder. And a cursory glance found that it has not been done with this twist. It's maybe been done once commercially, but I don't know on a device capable of doing it, but I haven't looked at the specs in full detail to see if it actually does what I have in mind on a different, slightly variant of technology, which I think would be inferior to what I have in mind. So it would be a differentiator where I could sell to a bunch of people who would not buy the one that is being offered today. So yeah, I'll share that with the Patreons. and eventually it can be open source. Like, it's just one model I like is share it, and it's exclusive for 30 days. I'm gonna maybe, let me think, 30 days, or what would another option be? I feel like I thought it through pretty good. 30 days, exclusive. It could be 14 or something like that would be another variant. I feel like I want to do, I've put a lot of thought into like sharing things on a delay, and in general, I don't want to do it, but there's different types of stuff I could share. Like open source spreadsheets, I would not want to make exclusive. But like a product idea, I have so many product ideas. It's like whatever, a product idea, open source after like a month. Okay, whatever. Because everyone knows product ideas are a dime a dozen. And I'm sorry, I'm saying that in a facetious or a like condescending way. Everyone knows. But yeah, it's for impact. 'Tis but a mere flesh wound. And people can learn. But yeah, everyone knows that ideas are a million, a dime a dozen. But it's execution that matters. And so having, I've got an idea. Okay, can you execute the idea? Do I have a social network? Well, in a way, making an exclusive little group kind of makes a little social network. Right? But yeah, it's execution that matters. And yeah, so Carputer is 1248. I just did that because of powers of 2, and also you get a cloud instance, for Raspberry Pi 4 with the most RAM it gets, 8 gigs, a 32 gigabyte main SSD, and a 1 terabyte SSD on USB for backups. And what? 32 GB SD? So the operating system that I'm thinking about moving towards. So first of all, pretty much everything I do is on my 1 terabyte SSD. So I've got Windows and Linux installed. No, I've got Windows on the built-in SD, which is like 64 gigs, and a 1 terabyte with like a 32 or 64 or something gig partition for the OS. And then I've got basically the volume's called work. So all of my work is on the work volume. And like pretty much nothing's just in my home directory. Then I do like symlinks and shortcuts. And then I always just go right into the work volume. So it might be bigger than 32 gigs. It's just like, whatever I can buy with like the highest reliability, that's like 32 gigs plus that I can get the best price on, sort of thing. And if it's 64 or 128, sweet. But that was the number maybe that was the number I found at the time or something that like fit. Official 7-inch screen in that case you saw. And then App Club membership. That might be basically Patreon. App Club, Daily Driver App Club. DailyDriverApps.com. So I've got a couple apps. It'll basically, it basically is Patreon because I've got like the licenses on there. Maybe some exclusive packages or like customs ideas, maybe like a forum. And I could use, Gumroad has a lot of features. So I could do Gumroad. So yeah, Gumroad does have a lot of features, but we're talking about Patreon. Yeah, like since you're paying on Patreon, we can do it inside Patreon. I'm thinking, we can consolidate the different like access stuff. All this takes time. It's not too hard. It's not, oh, you lazy bum. It's just like literally, it's like, it's a lot of time and not knowing what I don't know. So Daily Driver App Club. So maybe App Club would come with source to these things. Notes app. Social app is open source, but I've got some premium extensions. That's what you can buy on Gumroad as well. Receipts app, it's basically this spreadsheets, but maybe it would be the portion where you can put your receipts generally together with other people, and then that app could itself be used for the homeless data project. So, they'd have to out of band do their vetting, but then once they're vetted, they come in, their data goes into Receipts app. The vetter can just receive the data. The person doesn't have to be using the app themselves if they don't want to. Maybe offer benefits for using the apps, exactly like these chains offer loyalty. Even this kind of discussion, this is like hella premium. Like it's not survival to have to be able to build a product like this. So product ideas, product construction stuff could even be premium or Patreon only, App Club only, right? But, just brainstorming here. Let's see if chat says anything. If chat says. So, yeah. Able to make a good quality is important. Steinmetz says, I've been using Linux exclusively for years now. Heck yeah. I keep Windows on here just because it came with S mode. That's pretty locked down like a phone or an Xbox. So it's almost console level. And you can only run signed binaries from the App Store or trusted developers. So I might be able to get my own binaries to run, but I haven't done it so far. And then that's good. I can only run stuff out of the App Store then. So what languages are in App Store? Python and Lua, maybe some others by now. So that's why I chose Python for all of these App Club apps. And I've got about 20 apps in progress, plus at least 20, I think. I've got 13 that at least have a document started, and they're based on like some spreadsheet. And then there's a progression, just like the receipts process. Right? What am I going to say? The app production process. So maybe App Club, includes these kinds of details above. So this is getting very premium. This is like what people would do consulting with me for. You see how $5,000 for 2 days is pretty cheap now? Because this will save you a ton of money over time. Or this can make you a ton of money over time. Doing this kind of stuff that I do for myself, but on a bigger scale. And even if you hired me $3,000 for 1 day per week, that still ends up being like, I think the equivalent of like $60K per year or something. Calculator. So we're just going 3,000 times 50 weeks per year is 150K. But you have me for 1 day per week. And it might not be for a whole year. It might be for a quarter. So you pay me 40 G's. You've got me for a quarter. And for the rest of the time your business exists, you're saving $3,000 a month. Kyle, thank you so much for Patreon and hanging with. Yes, we'll get that going. That sigh is just like disappointment in myself, feeling exposed. Patreon. You know, it's like the anticipation. Is he future faking? So, product, ideas, development, techniques. It's basically like an app club membership. Okay, and pricing, I mean, whatever Patreon is, I think it's like $3 plus. I don't have any tiers right now, like, but just because it's so early, I mean, I'm not really, you know, we got to the edge of gated information, right? Higher tiers, what's fair, right? But because, you know, product ideas, I could come up with like a free product idea every week. I'm not making that commitment, but it's like that's the level for $3 plus. And I hate to make it like that, you know what I mean? But things take work, like more communication. I have had higher tiers before. I think I've had like $1,500 a month tier, which again, it's like not that unreasonable. Do we actually have those right now? We may. We may have, I think they removed goals and it was pretty redundant. So they had like goals, get to this much for these reasons. But I think it was just redundant, but they still have tiers. So there's probably still tiers on there. And good Lord, I'm so negligent with Patreon. That means you could sue me and get all your money back. And if anybody wants their money back, then, you know, I feel like it's better to just give it back, just so you know, before you like try to take me to court or something. And if you've asked for your money back, then that's hella my bad. And ask for it again. Hopefully maybe I could look through email for money back. Seriously, I've been so negligent. Look at notifications. Respond to notifications. Right, like that's hella high priority. See, this is like, it requires like doing IT chores, space in a way. So I'm here every day, but let me go to the camera view for a second. Oh, I'm on the camera view. My gosh, I thought I was on the screen view. So this is what I'm writing. So just Patreon, $3 plus, product ideas, development techniques, basically app club membership. Higher tiers, I was thinking $1,500 a month. I think we might have a $1,500 a month. So what's fair? What do we have now? Then I'm like feeling hella guilty because I don't look at notifications. Including those should be special email. Like I should get like, I used to have a biz@harlanji.com email address, but then it got too noisy with not the good, you know, just, you know, it became notifications I didn't want to see all the time. So I just have to have a secret notifications email address, basically. And then allow notifications just for that email address, right? Notifications are just such a thing that are just so off that just thinking about them is just God. But then I'm really doing business, really having supporters, you know? So I'm exposed. Go ahead, bar in Denver, think I'm pathetic, right? So yeah, basically, if people are in higher tiers, like so much thank you, I can say right now, and I'll figure that out when I can do IT admin work again. So anyway, what was I going to show? Basically the picture that we showed earlier, but driver cam. Don't freeze the video. 45 minutes. If it's getting choppy, we expect it to be, but so this is hard to haul in. And yeah, the one person who came in today commented on it. It's like, wow, you got the whole rig, you got whatever he said. Oh, why don't you remember what he said? Do we have the camera there or up before? I think it was up. Oh, why does he remember where the camera was? No, it was down there before. This is where it should be if I were doing things right. Not exactly, because I'd have to turn the monitor, but from a height-wise perspective, that's where the camera should be. Then I could put overlays here, I guess. Here. That works. Oh yeah, and as far as the flipping me off thing, I'm like, oh, that could be AI generated, whatever. Yeah, I just need just a time and position, like which video and where is it. And then I retract saying that it's made up. There's a difference intent. Like in some contexts, they say intent doesn't matter at all. But it goes back to the previous video where it is in the material reality, intent does not matter at all. What's done is what we see. And that is what it is. It's just a statement, observation. All right, do you like the camera angle, says Kyle. Let me go back up in chat. Steinmetz, Linux has come a long way. We can go further up still. What distro? Being able to make a good quality. So Steinmetz, am I on screen view? Let me go to screen view real quick. So yeah, we were talking about Patreon for a second. Has potential, thank you, brainstorming ideas on this live stream, making things happen. It is something, right? From a material information reality sense, things have happened. Now, is it future faking? That's the spiritual sense. Intent. So Miss Fresh Air says, hi from Australia. What's going on, Australia? Steinmetz says, that's good with Linux. Personally, I've been meaning to get back to it. Let's go. Kyle Zane says, cool. Steinmetz says, you'd enjoy Linux, has come a long way. Get back to Linux. So they definitely know. They say it's come a long way. That's me adding a little bit of commentary, yeah. So Miss Fresh Air is a little familiar with Linux. She wants to get back to it. Saying she based on the name. They, I'll just say consistently. Don't throw out the baby in the bathwater with common courtesy on that. Kyle says, that's smart, sounds good. Steinmetz says, and now you'll copy and paste some stuff 0 day 2003. Someone saying hearts, what's up? Going down in the chats. We're still 4 minutes back in the chat. All the best with everything and finding no noise. I can relate. You will find it eventually. There's a lot of extra nitty-gritty work involved. Keep chipping away, mate. Thank you. Kyle Zane says, do you have another fart in you? Not at all, Kyle Zane. The nearest Taco Bell as well is quite a ways away. So it would be, so that trip in gas, if I hit all the lights, no stop and go, in other words, I have lightened my load a little bit. I took out maybe 75 pounds, but on a 1.0-liter engine, 140 of torque or something. I think trying to get the distance, 3 miles, 6 miles round trip, 20 miles per gallon, 5.50 per gallon. So 1/3 of, it's like an extra $1 in gas. Not bad. So yeah, it would, basically what I'm saying is it'll cost some money to get another fart, good sir. $10, we'll get a pretty good fart. But do we want to do $10 towards getting open source notes app? Even the Venmos, I have not read all of the descriptions. I have not transferred all of, I don't want to say too much about financials, but if I owe you a refund, I'm sorry. I don't want to hold on to money that you're not happy having spent. So, you know what I mean? Maybe you don't. From a information, material reality, it makes no sense. You want the most money possible, but and I know I'm guilty. I just don't necessarily know what I need to, like, do the IT chores, for example. 4 hours is a lot of sitting. Like, doesn't have to be 4 hours, but like, what are the chores? This is my second time. I think it's my first time maybe second time bringing everything in. I brought the monitor in maybe like 5 times. I talk about like 40 repetitions to build a habit. Exclamation period. That's like old stuff, like a year or two ago. So yeah, like, there may be some aspect of avoiding, but it's not 100% avoiding. It's like not majority avoiding. It's also just establishing the workflow, you know. But you know you have to do it. You don't have to establish the workflow, but like, you know, it is steps. You know, it's steps to get to like regular computer usage, to like regular emailing, to regular chatting, to regular texting when you're out and about. Like, to just go from nothing to texting where you don't even know how to chat in a controlled environment, to okay, now I know how to chat and I'm out and about. It's like at least 2 different things. You're thinking too hard about it? No. God will always put everything right. I mean, you have to do the work too. I'm doing the work to build myself. You're good enough as you are to do exactly what I can do, but still, like, I know what I have done in the past, and I know I can do, not even just from an ego sense, it's just from like, what can I do for people? Which means what money can I make? Which means what children can I have? Which means like, what can I put to the next generation? It doesn't have to be children, it can be intellectual children for sure. If the stream's getting choppy, I hope not. Maybe we're doing more screen sharing so we can go longer. I think that's it. oh, making up some fantasies. No, I think screen sharing, I've noticed, is definitely lower bandwidth. And if you just think about it in terms of like frames changing second to second, it's like just that little bit of chat. It is easy to overthink, but also there's value in thinking, right? And you just got to know when you're going too far into the weeds. As like way back in my career, like first I worked for myself, and then agencies, and then like government, which is like my first corporate type job. The agency kind of went corporate-y, but I'd never been in like a corporate place. And so, yeah, in that corporate place, he said, yeah, get into the weeds, and like everyone knew what it meant. There's like the jargon. In the jargon file is where I found the name I Spooge Daily. English has like 600,000 words, and I used to see that as a huge problem and drawback with English, but now I think it's great. But Japanese has the what is it called? Joya, Joyo, I think, Joyo kanji. So it's like 200 characters that are words with meanings. And so that is like 18-year-old high school graduate level. And then there's also a smaller set. And so the JLPT, Japanese Language Placement Test, level 4321, I think 4 is like 100. 100 seems like a reasonable number for 4. Because that's like maybe 2 to 3 weeks of studying. And so it's all like systemized in terms of the Joyo. And then, so if you know those and you travel to Japan and then you buy stuff that just uses that standard set, you 100% can understand it, which I think is excellent. And so I don't know if there's something for English. Like 15 years ago when I was in school, I looked into it, but I didn't find necessarily anything. Probably there had to have been something, but nothing comes to mind right now. I can't say with certainty that I didn't find anything, but yeah. The stream has actually been fairly clear this entire time. Sweet, says Steinmetz. Kyle says stream is good. Miss Fresh Air sent, I meant a place to organize your hardware there. Definitely helps with growth. And yes, it's been clear at this end. Good stuff. Yeah, the screen share, just in terms of like how much of the screen area is changing, very little. This will almost be the peak, looking at like the self-reflection. So this will probably eventually time out unless the lower bandwidth, the smaller deltas, if it's like a square, deltas would be a square because like the area, if I go like this, a big area changes. But if I move the mouse, a very small area changes. So how big of changes can it support? Like 100 square pixels, which would be 10 by 10, or 1,000, a million. Yeah, getting into the weeds. Where am I in my data entry? So we found out that calories per dollar. Oh yeah, the big first step that I wanted to do, sorry if that hurt your ears, right? Being sensitive a little bit, not over apologizing, just like, you know what I mean? I guess it'd be different in like, anyway, weeds. The big step, Control B, calories per dollar, D for derived. using the little trick of equals I701 over B701. I is calories. I'm getting it's not basic to everybody. I have to remember, it's not basic to everybody. Total price, $13.46. So that's not a bad price. Calories per dollar is 86. So I have to rethink my internal number, which was 10 cents per calorie, to calories per dollar, which I guess would be 100 calories per dollar. You know what? Am I wrong about 10 cents? Because it keeps looking like it's 1 cent per calorie. Yeah, it's 1 cent per calorie. I've been saying that wrong for so long. 1 cent per calorie. Or 100 calories per dollar. Yes, checks out. Oh, mock me, mock me. But if I did this 10 times a day, you know, it's a miracle that I can use units and stuff at all this far after high school. Am I wrong? Come on, guys. Like, if your job is doing data entry, then yes, you can use units, you can mock me. Fine, you know? YM says it's nice being able to interact with me. Glad to catch your stream. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's definitely like, again, it's like get used to recording, get used to being in the space, get used to, you know, now we're doing some interactive stuff. When did it start? Kind of faded in. YM says it's tough when you lose it. When you don't use it, you lose it. Yes, yes. Miss Fresh Air says, wow, that's very smart. I've been trying to like figure out what they might have been referring to. It could be cents per calorie or whatever, something else about the process. Stem cells loss over, yes, Miss Fresh Air says stem cells loss over time. Guessing maybe English isn't first language, or maybe you're sipping the wine. No judgment, always growth. Heck yeah, good time Saturday night. Let's go. But yeah, DNA loses stem cells lose over time. Like, I think that's because of the telomeres in the DNA, but that's not making any direct claim. So telomere health. Maybe I've just seen some advertisements for some products. But also in general, water break. I kind of know what telomeres are. I like the calorie per dollar concept, says Miss Fresh Air. Yeah, calories per dollar. That's a wordsmith thing from what I was thinking, cost per calorie. It sounds bad because it's like cost versus calories per, what am I getting? Cost just feels bad, but what am I getting feels like a lot better. One less friction, as a user interface designer might call it. Less friction. One less friction. I'm guessing English is your second language. Haha. Sorry. Harsh inner critic takes a different tone. Harsh inner mocker. And I'm getting to the point where I got to take a bio break again, as we called it later in my corporate career. When we got onto the calls, gonna hop on some calls. We're gonna take a bio break. Back in 5. All right. That has not been 5 minutes, I don't think. But I have another offer. So it's a 1 minute, a 1 minute window. Either you give me $10 on Patreon, I mean on Venmo, or I guess sign up to Patreon for $10 a month or more. In the next 1 minute after I say, and I will trade the cookies for a more sensible snack. Otherwise, cookies are going down. So starting when it turns 7:52 on my clock. So up here. And ending when it turns 7:53. Or whenever, well, this clock is synced, so if the thing says 7:53, it's too late. So I have to get notified by 7:52. I mean by the end of 7:52. So stop stalling and start doing the thing. And when it turns 7:53, I'll stop screen sharing and I'll check my thing. And we shall see if I trade in the snack for something more sensible. There's stream delay too, so I'll go 15 seconds into if it's, ooh, good lord. So it doesn't send me that resolution of time stamps. So we'll see. If it rolls in after I'm looking at it, then it's definitely not. Because the first thing I'm going to do is open the pack. So chat, I want to just not miss the time changing. Okay, 7:53, 1 second. All right, back to chat. So, 1 second. I said I'd open the cookies. So, I'm gonna eat them in a sec. In Russia, and I believe many Chinese schools follow this system. You're paired with a buddy of the opposite sex throughout, oh really? Throughout all grades, where you have to help each other pass and succeed. That's really interesting. That's of the opposite sex. It makes hella sense. Like, holy cow, how many of those people get married? No, probably not. Hard to say, dang. Miss Fresh Air says okie dokies. Steinmetz, this is at Steinmetz. This is yet another good concept. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, saying what I just talked about is a good concept. YM says you can change that inner voice. Just name them thoughts that self-criticize. Then when they come up, insert a different script. Yeah, I mean every response is my choice, and so I haven't gone so far as like naming beyond just saying harsh inner critic, harsh inner scoffer, you know what I mean? Like I get what it is. So I'm not the ego is healthy and where that stuff comes from. So I'm not trying to like put it out, because it can also give helpful insight too. Like, it's recognizing when you're going too far again. Self-soothing, right? Read my body language. Miss Fresh Air says, first time here today and I'm intrigued. Cool, welcome. YM says, if you have a picture of yourself as a child, you can ask yourself if you would say that to that child. Just a thought. Yes. No, you're 100% right. I'm also hearing noise outside right now. One sec. It's probably fine. But I know that because I've been here for a while, right? So, like, that sense of security is growing. It wasn't here a year ago. But anyway, yeah, picturing, would I say this to my child? I don't even need a physical picture. I can picture a child, like, especially knowing like how our children develop, like up to age 6 especially, like knowing that it's like hella, like, notice I don't swear. Although, under normal conditions, like I've done just for like whatever sake. It's not like oh, I'm so holy. Intent matters too. Like in a 3D, I didn't have that concept maybe, but in a 3D level, I've done a swear on the videos just to do it, and it's like the intent behind it. Anyway, so back to what responding here. So finish the sentence. Then when they come up, insert a different script. If you have a picture of yourself, would you say it? I used it and it works. Be your own best friend. Easier said than done. Yeah, I'm my own best friend, 100%. And people could ask the question, oh, when's the last time you're happy? But again, you know, I share 20 minutes where I go to a particular spot. You know, on the 3D, it's all the same as like setting up fake stuff. And, you know, yeah, like if you're looking at it with different intentions, it's like I go and record in a controlled environment, but I'm still leaving my everyday life. So what you're seeing isn't my everyday life. So one can factually say that, and it can sound bad. It depends what spirit you're assigning it. Like one could see it as, wow, he goes and does something that works, sweet. Or one could see it as he's hiding, you know, he lives in a drug den tent in the park and he goes to the rich people park to cover it up. You know, what spirit are you assigning it? So it's not even obvious, like when people say stuff, and it can be easy to feel like it is because you feel like everybody's in the same or the opposite spirit, the halo effect. Like you see that they have dirty shoes, dirty belts, blah blah blah, so you put them in one spirit or the other. Like Miss Fresh Air says that YM nice. Steinmetz says something happened to your mic quality. Okay, so I'm guessing it sounds like, okay, so our deltas might be getting bigger because we've done some in-person video. I see that it does, oh no, I see it, the video is frozen in my preview as well, so we can go, oops, that one, I was going to try, anyway, we are 1:15, so that means like maybe an hour until the audio starts messing up, so I might have to start another stream here for 45 to an hour. And it might take 5 or 10 minutes to get into the next iteration because it has to finish encoding and saving to the hard drive. So the recorded copy, since it's still encoding, no, it may still encode the gaps, but at least it won't cut out. The live stream, I think, cuts out, but the recorded copy will go all the way to the end. Because there's two buttons, stop stream, stop record. So this will be at the end of the recording if it's still not breaking up, but if it's breaking up, well, Schrodinger's, this is at the end of the recording. I could also be a pro, start capturing the end of the audio video, and I'm not committing to syncing it up, but 1:16:52, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, So now we can sync this with the video and recover the audio. And let me show you what I'm talking about in case the audio is still going. This thing, so that's what we synced up the audio on. If it's still working, otherwise BRB, and I'm wasting your time. Well, let's see if this resumes the existing stream. So I got Miss Fresh Air, do you have a little cooker or appliance in your car? I found that having a multi 12-volt kettle is the handiest tool in the car kitchen. One can make a lot of meals using a kettle. I missed a message from YM, one sec. 12-volt kettle. I have a 12-volt kettle, and it fried my accessory port on my Civic, so I have to trace that wire. I did make a makeshift, I think I might have a picture of it on the Instagram, same name, iSpooge Daily. You have to go, ooh, caution looking at the Instagram, man. Yeah, because there's some hella oversharing type stuff on there. Just gonna warn you. Wild times, man. Wild times. But anyway, yes, I have one, and it fried my accessory port. So I will use it while the car is running only, which if I were to go onto a camping trip, that's when I would do it. Otherwise, it's just way too sus. Like, I would not stop somewhere and like use an electric kettle inside my car while it's running. Even like at a park, no. Maybe if there's like a campsite, yes. But in a parking lot, I get how one could do it in a big city, but I'm in a small town, so maybe when everybody knows my name, but hopefully by then I won't be living in my car. I don't really live in my car, I sleep in my car. Hopefully I won't be sleeping in my car anymore. But yeah, good contribution, thank you. Yeah, it was a godsend until, and why did I do it before? Because I was in San Francisco before, proper. Now I'm in a few hours outside of San Francisco. I don't say the name, but it's like a 50,000-ish population town that has a couple industries. You know, so it's a town that's doing good. It's beautiful, it's friendly. It has normal human dynamics, including 1 in 7 people experience workplace bullying. So every workplace bigger than 7 has a bully type thing. Nowhere in the world gets away from it. Maybe I spend more disproportionate amount of time talking about that, so people could come up with the idea of asking, oh, are you ever happy? When's the last time you're happy? Chillin'. You know, you see like a limited slice. I keep saying you can't know me, I'm not pretending, but I'm also not being fake in any like real way either. So, you know, it's a slice. It's real, but it's a slice. So back to YM, I hear you. After watching you for a bit, you're growing in a positive way. I'm rooting for you. I love that you're keeping your word to yourself. Love is what the correction was. Miss Fresh Air says, okay, cool. Thanks for the warning for IG. I use a 12-volt plug in the lighter. Yeah, just make sure the car runs. It's probably at least like 100 watts, so you know that can drain your battery. You don't want to go below 50%. You may know, but for anyone who doesn't know, you don't want to put your car battery below 50, because there's a lot of people here, so you don't want to go below 50%. if we were in private, would I say the same thing, but you'd stop me? So, you know what I mean? Miss Fresh Air, YM says you're pretty even keeled. Miss Fresh Air says, good to be in a nice quiet town. Community is stronger. Again, you only see a small slice. I'm not arguing that I'm not a good guy, but, you know, what these 1 in 7 people or whatever do is find the embarrassing, humiliating, whatever stuff, or even make that kind of thing happen so there is a real life example. And then nobody sees this stuff because you go to work, you do your job, and then people see humiliation. They feel bad about it. They think I'm a good person. I do things to stop people from being humiliated, and then in the heat of the moment they don't. They see it, they feel shame. Shame is like the lowest vibration. They're like, I'm gonna go get drunk. That's a match. They're vibrating lower for longer. They start drunk texting. You know? It's nobody's fault. I'm just saying. It's like every town has it, so I spend a disproportionate amount of time talking about that. And now I'm just saying what I said, saying it again, not trying to talk in circles. Still got this cookie to eat. So, authentic makes me good in my books. I appreciate that. Yeah, there's just always the, like, I know there's doubters, I know there's AI that's pretty good, you know. There's always the possibility that I'm AI, but like, yeah, in the information-based reality, but then people feel things. And I did spend like so much time in the information-based reality, so I hella perceive in that reality still. The doubters, the doubt, you know. I can see how it could. I get it, I don't want to kick the dead horse too long. But yeah. Cookies. Miss Fresh Air says, shame is like a barrel of rotten tomatoes. It's how we choose to manage and move forward and upwards. Thank you. Very good comment. YM says, I don't see a Cash App. I don't have Venmo. I'd like to chip in a decent dinner. Right on. Thank you. Thank you. This is not because I can't afford it. Don't feel bad. This is just like the space has free snacks. I keep myself to 1 snack per visit. But yeah, if you just appreciate what I'm doing, heck yeah, welcomed. I have set up Cash App. Oh no, I don't want to share that screen. 1 second. Let me try, I'll try 2 times to reset the camera. Because it's about money, it's like hella urgent and important. But yeah, I just don't want to share my email inbox, obviously. Cash App. Because sometimes if you don't agree to new terms of service, they suspend your account. I guess you can try, and if it says that it, no, because the company would just take your money. But it's the same as the Venmo, but with the $sign in front. I see a sign-in code from years ago. Updates to our terms of service. I think that's just we've changed. So yeah, I believe I do. Just with the $sign in front. And hella people have asked me that, so I bet if I put Cash App up, I'd get hella more tips. Thank you all for just your well wishes. If I owe you a refund, it'll be coming in my IT admin. Just do the refunds now. I mean, seriously. I'm not saying I owe anybody a refund. It's just like if I do, that's like the highest of the high priority thing. Because I don't want to be holding money that people don't want me to have, that they are not happy spending. I'll just do a quick search refund. Return. If these are sorted by date, nobody's asked for a refund in a way that's come through to my inbox. Oh no, it's not sorted by date. I saw some very, very old ones. My God, there's definitely. If that's by date. Oh yeah, it's most relevant. So let me go to most recent. That's not a good default for email, I feel. Most relevant. I mean, it's good to have the option, but is that a good, sensible default? I don't know. Good Lord, there's a lot of emails with the word refund in it. I guess because tax season. I mean, we're a little past, but in recent email. Cookies. So anyway, my visual is frozen now. Oh yeah, thank you for letting me know. No, I didn't want it to be the close-up of my face, and I was just going into private screen, and it was urgent because I just needed to see if anybody said refund to me. But yeah, YM, Cash App, or anybody, Cash App is $, the same as Venmo. So a way to drive an income instead of outgoing. So is Taco Bell expensive? No. We figured out in the spreadsheet that it is 86 calories per $1. So that's very good. And it is a lot of sodium, unfortunately. Did I close it? Anyway, good amount of sodium. But yeah, it is. And when I don't have the exact numbers, but in general, making my own food, everything from scratch, same amount of calories, similar ingredients, I save a little bit of money. And if I could do it and not enough time. So if I do it in a much bigger batch size, heck yeah, it makes hella sense. But I can store just 2 containers. Okay, YM. No, it's not James Harlan, unfortunately, or any of these. 1 minute here. Gonna go off screen share. basically what I'm going to do is sign in. I'm going to need to get my password. Yeah, I'll just say for now I don't have Cash App. Sorry. But that's definitely something I should set up as well. Like, I would guess it's just suspended because I have to agree to new terms of service or something like that. Oh, but you said a whole dinner? Let me keep... I'll just stay with the chat. If you want to say something, just say it in the chat. I'll continue looking at how to activate that in the background. Hella boring for all the people who watch it in the future. But Cash App sign in. This might be spam too. Cash App sign in code. Yeah, what's the date on this? Oh no, 5 years ago? No, this might be legit. So there's a button to log in, which is what I want. Cash.app. Is that really where it is? Search for Cash App. Yeah, cash.app/login. Okay. I think I have the password. I just got to go through like steps to get my password out of my password stuff. So like if I'm already logged into stuff, getting my second password is easier. So it's just like, you know, booting it up. If I have to do this every time I do IT chores, which I do, you know, it's almost like I need to just write down the sequence of all the things I need to do, because if, you know, because it's going to be like a good amount of stuff, and if I'm making the effort to do it, I just need to make sure that it works first time, every time. And I can generally, given this stuff, kind of know off the top of my head, but there's a lot of poking around sometimes. It's because I just have like more than I need, so I can like dig and find it and dig and find it. Finally it gets done. Cookies. Like, this is stuff we hella don't want to leak on the stream. I have to hella trust the software. I should have a dedicated computer for it. For the stream. For this brand. For this work, whatever it is. Alright, I'll wait. Cheers, cheers. So now we go to the password app. And there should be a Cash App password in there. If there's not, then we add it after we reset the password. Another cookie. Uh-oh. Self-hosted, my own HashiCorp Vault instance. Needs, I love the multi-key. Needed to start up the server. So awesome. Cash App. Okay, So we will create a secret for Cash App. Email. And if you're good with the AI, you can figure out what I just typed. That really stinks. Oh no. Alright, so that's not going to work because I lost access to that mobile number, so I'd actually have to sign up. Good Lord. One second. Oh, yeah, I can use email. Let's go. Alright, get confirmation code. So should I read the whole terms of service out loud? Okay, so it just needs a new payment method, it looks like. Should I live stream that? Wait, how did it... Oh yeah, because it emailed me the code, right? So I didn't need to change the password. Let me get my card number. How much of a tip do I need to read the card number out loud on the stream? So definitely want to mute your mic when typing this in. Let me read the chat and then I'll do that. Kettle water car meal could be kidney or black beans, chickpeas, pack of dry noodles optional, soup, spinach, bean shoots, mushrooms, sliced carrots, thyme. Sounds awesome. Sage, dash of cayenne, salt and pep. Right on my palate. That sounds so good. We can look up through your email. Can we look up through your email is the next question. No. Not this one also. So let me get back to that real quick. See some hearts. Thank you, thank you. I read it out loud. Alright, you know the first number. You know the first 4 because I forgot to mute. My goodness. InfoSec people. says it can't link the card at this time. Try a different card. That's different. See if it is a problem with my bank. Oh, I do have a different card. Do I want to say what my bank is, right? Nat Free says, "Hey Harlan, hope you've been well, man. Looks like you're fighting the Matrix. He's the glitch in the world system. All right, brother. Welcome back. Definitely remember the name. Welcome back. Miss Fresh Air sounds delicious at that meal. Heck yeah." Nat Free says, "I will say another great recipe is grilled cheese. Put black pepper on a tomato and then put that on. Great kick. Tomato, pepper." Miss Fresh Air says, "Oh yes, at YM, indeed it tastes great and keeps one as fit as a fiddle." I'm gonna run and get my other card. Actually, it may be in my password safe. Is the picture? Oh, well, it's just gonna be the static picture right now. So let me see if it is in my password safe. Will it be faster than just running and getting the card, right? At this point, it would have been faster to just get the card. Come on, let's go, IT. My gosh. Interesting. It's not on there. It definitely would be infinitely faster to just go get the card. Let me just check chat one more time. Miss Fresh Air says, "At Nat Yum, your toasty sounds lovely. However, I am tomato free at this end due to tomatoes exacerbating inflammation issues." See, yep, tomatoes. You might be able to do Italian style, no skin. The skin is the hella inflammatory part, but that's no kind of advice or anything like that. But Italians do it that way on purpose. And yeah, because they're in the nightshade family. So anything in nightshade that means eggplant as well. Eggplant parmesan as well. Skin, it's a little bit less bad. I still partake in it. Obviously fresco style, pico de gallo. Let me go get that card. Yes, infinitely faster to just go get the card than to use IT. Let's go. Miss Fresh Air is familiar with the deadly nightshade family. Nat Free says, Miss Fresh Air, oh, sorry to hear about that. Yeah, I guess I have too much Italian in me to reject tomato. Hee hee. Hope you do get to feel better, though. Turmeric does help with inflammation. Anecdotally, yeah, I dose up on turmeric, at least like not as much as I need to, but should do it weekly, like a turmeric drink or something. Have cooked with turmeric, have turmeric in my spice rack. Let me get this Cash App linked then. Where'd you go? Gonna have to mute it so I can type these numbers. Okay. Still can't share the screen, but the numbers are typed. And then I just have to make sure before I press the button. Oh, yes. Yes, there should be no problem here. Double check the numbers, or triple. Okay, let's go. Alright, should match my government ID. I mean, I guess you guys already know. We can edit it on the public profile if you go by another name. Okay, thank you. What's my date of birth? I'm gonna mute it. They can analyze your timing. Oh, it's telling me to sign up. Oh, they tricked me. Alright, choose a cash tag. It says it's on I'm not trying to sign up. I'm trying to... I thought I was signing in. Come on, guys. Sorry. Alright. So it's now got my info onto a ghost account. This is like, because it's financial, it's serious now. Like, come on. Like, I went through the sign-in flow. Why is it unavailable? Like, do you have to have a number in it? Well, you have to like pick a number. I don't like this. let's back up and go to just password reset. Did I not do password reset? A card linked with blah blah has been linked to my account. All I have to do is type a cash tag. Come on, man. Just sell this little sliver of your soul, man. Just sell it. Now I'm like spending somebody else's time who wants to tip me. And hey, if you can't get to it today, like, don't even worry. Who doesn't want dinner? But then like, I just want to use my existing account. Log in. Oh, no, so I went log in. That's hella misleading. Because I was on login, I went use email. And then it sent me a login code, and then it asked me all these questions. And now I can't use my cash tag that I want to use. Come on, man. Like, there's even a, look at this. I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to make a cash tag and then I'm going to share the screen. Because I'm sure I can now email somebody at this point and be like, hey, here's some value and please give me my cash tag that I want. So now I got to pick numbers, and that's like, or something, and that's serious. Alright, we've never heard this one before. Create a new what? Alright. If you're good at AI, you can figure out what I typed before I say it out loud. Well, it's Harlan JI 0. So the same as Venmo, but it ends with 0. Now I have to pick, so let me go back to my password app. Make a cat, oh my goodness. Y'all, I'm so sorry for spending so much time on this. Alright, thank you for your patience. Harlan JI 0. Alright, let's see what Chad has said. YM says, I get beet juice and throw in ginger and turmeric, no sugar. Sounds like I've had something similar to, um, well, no, it does. That sounds, yeah, that sounds hella good. Um, Beets, carrots, yeah, roots. I eat them a lot, but allegedly there's something about them, but I don't know. Okay, my computer is hella stalling out. Must be all those cash apps. Oh, the cash apps are freezing my computer. Let's go. Um, what's happening on the... Maybe it's just the YouTube app is... There we go. Okay. Beet juice and throw in ginger and turmeric. Yeah, beet. I love beet juice on its own. I love ginger. I love turmeric. So, yeah. Nat Free says, I do hope with maybe more folks doing independent stuff that your channel gains some traction. All the best. Thank you, Nat Free, if you're still here. We're still early. We're still early, guys. Miss Fresh Air says, I was obsessed with dyeing white natural fabrics and turmeric a couple years back. The healing effects on the skin were immediate, brighter mood and warmer. I could turmeric one of these shirts for sure. That sounds awesome. And it would pretty much match, I don't know if it would match up here, but on the leg, oh yeah, I could hella turmeric dye khakis. Heck yeah. I could get some natural fabric khakis and then turmeric dye them, and they would look awesome. They would look like the color that the khakis that I have now are. Not on, but my latest pair of khakis. Heck yeah. Yum at YM sounds like a good one. Miss Fresh Air says the healing through the skin is what I meant to say. I get you. If anyone didn't, that's what she meant. Nafri says, wow, I have to try that Miss Fresh Air. I have a white t-shirt at the house. Yeah, try it out. Sounds awesome. YM says, sorry feel rushed. I'm good with the request. I can see that one. Okay, good stuff. Oops, now it wants me to oh, that's the tab, and I gotta be more careful what I click on. Close. Alright, going through chat. YM, yup, that's my name. Harlan Iverson. YM, do I have the right one? Yup. Miss Fresh Air says, leave tea in a bucket overnight to a week, depends on how bright you want it. Sweets, turmeric best sticks to a natural fiber such as wool, cotton, bamboo, silk, hemp, etc. YM says, I share your vids. That does sound like fun. See, now I'm out of cookie. I just have crumbs. That's how the cookie crumbs. Oh yeah, so I was gonna fix the video now that the Cash App situation is resolved. And then looks like that we just need to scale up. That's all we see because of the angle of the lid is why. But I like to read it at a certain angle because of like glare and stuff. So I guess that's what you see. But yeah, I was gonna eat the cookie crumbs. So where do we leave off? So I'm gonna be that guy and be like, so what were we even talking about, guys? Conversation has moved on, brother. I can be, annoying sometimes, of course. We're getting to the familiar level where we've been together for like 5 hours. Now I clicked the wrong thing with the screen share on. Getting sloppy. $30 for dinner. Thank you, good sir. Or good who, yeah. Thank you. That's awesome. You just need to complete payment. Oh, do I? Let me see. Oh, okay. So I've seen some Cash App things before, but never confirmed it. I didn't know that you had to do that. Oh, dang. So, might have missed out on a bunch of money. So that means if I search my email, I might feel sad. Pay and request. Oh, you want me to send you a request? Can't you just go to pay? Let me see how this works. Payments from sent you $30 for dinner. Money. Activity. Transaction. Oh, I see. Accept. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Please confirm. Thank you. Thank you. All right. The more you know. Confirm. 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 I click it and it spins. Accept. Confirm. I can screen share it to show what's happening, and so that I can record it for myself. Accept. Confirm. Confirm. I wouldn't say that's a good user experience. Doesn't work in Firefox, I guess. I don't know. What a mean thing to do. Come on, guys. Confirm. Sizzling bad. Oh my goodness. This is like outrage tort. This is like actual damages. Come on, guys. What do I have to do? Alright. I did go pay when you have an issue. I was just saying that could request from me and it's easier, but you just need to complete the request and it'll go into your funds. Yeah. Although Miss Fresh Air says, although have experienced turmeric dye sticking in a sweatshirt of cotton polyester blend as a pale butter yellow. Man, how mean. Maybe if I click on it, pending, waiting for you to confirm. I found another way to accept. Please confirm you would like to receive. Confirm. Something went wrong. Contact support. Don't put me into a chat, please. I mean, at least it told me something went wrong this time. Accept. Maybe I'll do a hard refresh on the page. Control Shift R. And where did I get in my receipts process? We got basically where I wanted to get, tag them. I guess I could get through the vendors, get through the prices. It's going on 9 o'clock. I'm going to be on the floor at 7 o'clock again tomorrow. I've not even taken a break. I've taken a work break, but not a break, which I barely ever do. I pretty much just work and then go to bed. Usually stuff will be in the background. Accept, confirm. So if I go through one way, it tells me to contact support, which is good. So I can then try another browser. I just installed Chromium coincidentally. Money is serious business, eh? I could try it on the iPhone too. Okay. Next. Welcome to Cash App. Someone sent me money. Next. It didn't say accept. but now I can see accept. So that has like a notification splash. Confirm. Same thing in Chrome. What's going on? What a mean joke. Oh, guys. I mean, it's not like I'm starving. Like, I appreciate it. Hopefully we can get it to come through. Start a chat or call. Chat with us in the app. Oh, yeah, no thank you. Okay, I'm just gonna have to call between 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, so whenever probably tomorrow, I don't know. But much appreciate you. It's like the hoops and oh, but what do you mean you're not jumping through hoops for 30 bucks? Come on. Thank you. Appreciate you. But yeah. Oh yeah. Or I could request it from you. I'm just thinking about like the contractual, like we could do it just for logistics, but then like becomes like a different thing if I request versus it was sent. If not for tax reasons, like, I mean, I could just explain it to whoever is like, why'd you request this money? Because sending wasn't working. Oh, okay. That does. Sorry, man. I hope this isn't wasting your time. I'll just leave that request. Good lord. Because I want to be able to accept Cash App now anyway. So I want to resolve it, but at the same time I don't want to drag today into tomorrow, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'll just send a request to this username. Oh wait, this is, hey, I want to request, thank you, watching it spin for request. Please make this payment using your Cash App on a mobile device. What payment? I'm trying to request here. Request 30, that username. Yeah, it had popped up a different dialog that only had one button. So request, I think. No, please make this payment using your Cash App on a mobile. Just install the app, man. Just accept all the permissions that the app wants, man. It's no big deal. If it's okay, I'll just leave new device login, review. Oh, looks good. Can I do that? Yeah, looks good. Oh no, but I'm already in the original sign-in. So I've confirmed this device now. Something went wrong. How fun is this, guys? $30 from this username. Dinner, thanks. Request. Please make this payment using your mobile device. If I log in with the browser, will it count it as a mobile device? Come on, guys. I'm just gonna... This is IT chores in a way. Breath, bio break, breath, let it be done, says Fresh Air. Yeah, totally horrid. Hoops. Thank you for understanding. YM says, dang, endless hoops. It'll be there for you. I don't want to frustrate you too much. Nah. Yeah. Tech should be sorry. Nah, you're good. Tech say sorry. And cannot register for Venmo and Oz. Dang. Oh, that's been a huge one. Hella Australians seem to be like trying to get on get me on cash. I remember from a long time ago. Maybe you're one, maybe not. Cash App by Yay Code. Just cash.app. I think it's PayPal. I could be wrong about that. It could be by Yay Code. I don't know, actually. I just know cash.app. And I do not see login. I don't want to download Cash App. I just want to log in. Do I want to log in? Or am I trying to log in? Use email. YM, just take your time. It'll be there when you need it. Appreciate you. Yeah. Now, I'm like, it's almost sunk cost. Like, I've put this much time into it. I've got my email, everything open. Just try one more on the device. 2-0. So I'm not really frustrated. Other than I don't want to just like leave people hanging on the stream. So it's more that than anything else. And if that's exactly what you're saying to me, I'm sorry for being so crass. All right, let's go. Sent me $30. Thank you so much. Welcome to Cash App. Thank you. Spinny, spinny. Let's go to notifications, wherever that is. Hamburger menu. I don't see you. I don't want to download the Cash App. I just want to go to my activity page. So I'm gonna do some illegal hacking by typing /activity into the URL bar. Cash App /activity. Not found. Why are you? Oh, because it's $activity. Now their InfoSec knows that I'm trying to hack. Why does it put $activity? That's not what I want. Oh, cash.apps. Oh, /account /activity. Thank you. I'm hella trying to hack, and they've got a microscope on my account right now. if there's not like 7,000 people this minute trying to do some real hacking. So it's even worse than I thought. It just won't even show me my activity on the mobile browser. Now we know. Crassness over. Alright, can we use PayPal? I wonder. I don't know. PayPal is a whole nother thing. I don't want to try another payment. I appreciate you being here. That's good enough. Thank you. I do shower every day. Thank you so much, YouTuber234. And don't fart around people. Well, you keep coming back. And I don't want to put you in timeout. But I do want to put you in timeout because I think your intentions are not good. And I don't want to wait and find out. You know? So, chillin', thank you. 24 hours. YM, no, I understand feeling that pressure when others are waiting. Thank you for thank you for understanding and patience. Miss Fresh Air, delayed response to above here, but a kitchen job at a cafe would be perfect for you. Free food and networking opportunities for sure. Yeah, it would be the next step up because I'm already doing pantry in the kitchen that I'm in. Not regularly, but whenever someone says jump in and do pantry, I do pantry. And so that's exactly what I think. I mean, there'd be other stuff, but I think it would be a good qualification for what you're saying. And yeah, it would give me more access to more people as opposed to the closed off back kitchen that I work in. So yeah, that's a good suggestion. And I have done front of house. I'm good with guests who come in. The spot that I worked front of house was right next to Stanford, so it was like hella my people. But if I was in like a small town, it might be different. So yeah, I'd probably do it in a bigger place where I'm dealing with customers because I'm not quite a small towner yet. Miss Fresh Air says farting actually creates anti-cancer cells. Heck yeah. Yeah. Miss Fresh Air says didn't mean to mention. Yeah, it's all good. And I'd rather just say that people are doing bad behavior than people, and I'm not perfect because I say the bully, people are, there's bullies, but it's like people doing bullying behavior, homeless, people experiencing homelessness, unsheltered. Like I don't even like putting bad intentions onto people, but then when you do it, that's why maybe it's just a hygiene, a habitual thing of like you just should not do it, period. Like I don't gossip, period. It doesn't matter any extenuating circumstances. I don't swear. I mean, we can only call like 99.9% on any of that. Like, don't gossip, don't swear. Like 99.999, like, because it's like you just accidentally, sometimes people catch you off guard and then you make one comment and it's like, oops, But yeah, I just need a cool down period from that person. And And if you come back next time and you're polite and stuff, you know, it's like there's people who can take it and are aware of it and all this stuff, and then there's just like people who it's like their first impression and it just creates such a bad first impression. You know, the 1 in 7, but it's like on full display on my channel. So if I get any kind of weird gut feeling, it's just like, sorry. Sorry if I'm wrong. You know what I mean? People that like to kick you when someone is down will get their comeuppance, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to mute anybody, but I mute a lot of people. So, but it's only if you have been perma. Like, it's usually 24 hours still, which is still like hella lenient, I feel. Maybe reckless even, because you know, like that snake, I'm not getting too close to the snake. I mean, I'm not getting between the snake and something that the snake might want. I might be kind of close to it, but maybe that snake just took a drink and he's not thirsty, but I'm not going to take my chances getting between a snake and some water. Miss Fresh Air says, is it warm temperature at the moment? Yeah, it reached 94, 98, and 100 are the different numbers I've heard for today. And in here it's like 74, air conditioned. No, it's 78 in here. So yeah, it got hella warm today. I would guess it's cooler than that outside by this point. Oh, is my screen still not, sorry, pardon my lack of attention to the screen. Not that the chat view is too much more interesting, but and I'm going to go right back because I'm going to share. I'm going to look at the temperature where I am, which I haven't said where I am. And I'm going to change it by a few degrees so that people can't use AI to be like, hey AI, where is it this temperature right now? Hey AI, where was this temperature at that time? Infosec. It's currently 90 some degrees outside. Call it 85 to 95 degrees outside. So yeah, I guess the air conditioning is doing its job. Thank you, AC. I usually don't like AC a ton, and it's dry heat too, so I'll be able to sleep outside just fine. It's only if it gets too humid, which if it's getting too humid, there's not enough airflow anyway, so if it's getting too humid, that's an indicator that I need to open the window more. This is where we just get like some visual algorithm going or something. I'm frozen. Oh, sorry, I was being curious, but I get where you're coming from. Safety is of paramount importance. Yeah, and I have slept with the windows closed before, and you feel almost kind of drunk in the morning. It's not a good feeling. Like, it takes like an hour to wear off, if not more. God, don't want to sleep with the windows closed. I mean, 2/3 of the time, most of the time it's fine, but a couple times, like if there's wind blowing in the right direction, you get some airflow. But if you're getting no airflow, it's terrible. And it's easier when it's cold outside, obviously. Because when it's hot, then you want the windows to be open anyway. Oh, Fahrenheit. Yeah, Celsius 100 would probably be like 50 some. Dry heat is more comfortable for rest for sure. All right. So, I was supposed to be doing IT chores. Tags. 9:18, and it's dark outside. I've lost myself. Yeah, we gotta actually start packing it up. Cause 9:15 now. If I'm gonna get some food too, especially, drive-in might have a line. But even still, 9 is usually when I go out there. Cause I'm gonna be awake at 5:30, or no, 5:03, and oftentimes I'm awake before that because the sun is starting to come up already. So 9 to 5 is already 8 hours right now. Boom, boom, boom. This has been a sufficient wind down period, so I can probably just pretty much go to bed. Got it. Video's frozen too, so sounds like a good end to the stream. Yeah, comfort depends on the person's system for sure. Yeah. But it's hella comfortable to me. Like, I came here because of maps. Like, I found this place specifically for me. And this is having been through, like, several other cities. So, there could still be other stuff that I don't see that's a deal breaker or whatever, but yeah, like, it's hard to remember with the like a lot of the ungrateful people who just like grew up here and just hate it and want to get out of here, feel like there's no opportunity. They're not wrong, but also like it's such a contrast to like people like me, people like other people who work in the space who like came here and they're just chilling, doing work, you know, making it like rent is so affordable. Shoot, man. I'm not even saying the name of this place till I'm settled down. But that's for me. Other people might not like it. I yeah, I mean, here somewhere like here. I mean, I'm a few hours outside the Bay Area where I felt like I was meant to be. This is just like probably if I were to get the land that I want in the Bay Area, it would be like $10 million. If I were to get it here, it would be a few $100,000. So, 3 hour drive to the Bay Area, and I've got all the land that I could ever possibly want here. Who says one can only own one property? Oh, where are you going to get the money? Brick by brick, sale by sale. But I can actually start here. Like in the Bay Area, you have to start at like step 17, which when I went to the Bay Area, I had a degree working in high pay everything, but right now I just don't have the allegiance of hating Trump because I don't really hate anybody. You know, and I don't want to like even give feelings or emotions to the system. So I just can't pretend to hate Trump for a bunch of money. But I can start at level, like, this is like as close to a cheat code level 1 place as one can start. Because there's opportunity and cheap housing, great climate, like, and you want to criticize any, like, that's why I'm so like, oh, criticize, you know, something that I have like so much to answer, and it's like you don't even want to, you just want to make me look stupid. YM says it's been nice seeing you, getting late here, hopefully that Cash App will clear itself up. Good night, Harlan. Hope I catch another live. You're doing great moving forward. Proud of you. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Rest well. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, I'm out of here too. So, thanks so much, y'all. And Miss Fresh Air says the journey is yours, and yes, the system tends to feed off emotions, strangely enough. Yup. So, feeling a little bit of authentic moments of joy, hopefully with other real people, because in the end times, even the very elect will be deceived if that is possible. So, anything could possibly be deceit. So, and that feels like such just like a revelation of the methods, way to sign, blah blah blah. Y'all know what's up. But yeah, thanks y'all. Have a good one.